are spraying me, and I'm actually just a for, and you are for the one, I'm at $1 tobacco.
Mammy, school, we almost a charm to lecture on a deal. Enjoy the matter, sir.
Yo, we see more Bambra, a Dr. Ren politics, so a Dr. Ren TV, YouTube. Unsubscribe ya, bomodia na subscribe me page, you know. Send ya me den sempane ba, unso ubetimi edikan atibi. Enkomo ewo epono so edoso. Na yede enkomo ni bi eja aba betodwa no. Yede ni nyina no me de besom wo ha se. Emse motemi nka ache. Motemi nka ache.
And you were Jamama and a tissue. And one of Madame will be Irish spraying me, and I'm actually just a for, and you are for the one, I'm at $1 tobacco.
Mammy, school, we almost a charm to lecture on a deal. Enjoy the matter, sir.
Ebusia, yes, of course. The name is D Sexy D Ren. Yeshia yache ya den 70 no ya de baba be somo kama undoubtedly number 1 Ghana fo nyina agya tum Ghana fo ma ni nyina se me ho ofenti o matumi din D Sexy ebi mu se ka ne sexy ebi mu se ka ne sexy etidi obeka ne bia o mo se ma ho ofenti o de ase tuntum se you papa o de ase nice one healthy young enzima kum Ghanaian pepepe na matnase no chale abrante hutwa yemfa nsempa no nhyase na ene nkomo eba bedin de nkomo ne doso na bedin nyina abesomo kama papa ewa ha sei na wonso wetie nkomo ni bi na sebi wonso aka kire unuano mo wonso etie Dr. Ren se medin nsempa na ba ade asempa na bo 24-hour economy. Chobai, I no credo wa hasi. Medini na somo. So, ladies and gentlemen, say umbo modiana follow me. Subscribe me YouTube page no.
Our enemies are many, and they stand ready to pounce upon and exploit our every weakness. They play upon our vanities and flatter us in every kind of way. They tell us that this particular person or that particular country has greater or more favorable potentialities than the other. They do not tell us, unite, that we are all as good as we are able to make ourselves once we are free. We want, therefore, to develop our own community and an African personality. Others may feel that they have evolved the very best way of life, but we are not bound, like slavish imitators, to accept it as our mold. If we find the methods used by others are suitable to our social environment, we shall adopt or adapt them. If we find them unsuitable, we shall reject them. Fighters for African freedom, I appeal to you in the sacred name of Mother Africa to leave this conference resolved to rededicate yourselves to the task of forming among the political parties in your respective countries a broad united front based upon one common fundamental aim and object, the speedy liberation of your territories. Don't let us also forget that colonialism and imperialism may come to us yet in a different guise, not necessarily from Europe. We must alert ourselves to be able to recognize this when it rears its head and prepare ourselves. This mid-20th century is Africa's. I'm not African because I was born in Africa, but because Africa was born in me. Action without thought is empty. Thought without action is blind. It is clear that we must find an African solution to our problems and that this can only be found in African unity.
Yes, of course, a year in Sempano, Anna, a year D Sexy D Ren Medini na Baba Sumo. So quickly, a better and Semnoa a war a year the chopping board. So, of course, I've told you, so when you say I do politics. Now, me politics now, me, you know, a Ghana politics. Or just you, we catch you say, men, your politics, the person is not being honest to you. The person is not speaking truth to you. And they're saying, because politics determine your day-to-day activities. You may be out there in Ghana, be your politics, and it be determine whether you have a good life or you live in abject poverty. Your politics. Politics, no, on mine who asem. It is a deal on my home commodia. Then I'm telling you to get involved. Mine home comma what do you say? Ladies and gentlemen, when you're banwa, yeah, Baba Jim Comodia. I mean, feel comfortable. What do you say? Na you dream come. So today, assemble in the world. I'm asking a question. Say, is the NDC political party and the government of Ghana omo entertaining a yet tokonu ana? It's a simple question at me, bisa. The question at me, bisa no. Any question a year with any bad or ill motive. I'm only asking a question. Say NDC omo entertaining Araba get rude tokonu ana. And inti with my drink chile ebetuja. Na with my drink chile ebetuja dia. Na they say me cow say the Chief Justice CNA wa petition a year the High Court. Na DNT and a Chief Justice. Wabo modia di ne akwa chire a year High Court. What is happening? At the NDC, December NDC, and Chief Justice get rude Araba wa petition a year the High Court. And on a mibusa question say NDC for more entertaining a year Chief Justice removed Chief Justice Tokonuana because a year say more so no so do. Oh yes, more so Chief Justice no so too much. Look, she has been removed. So what next? She's been removed. Why are you guys wasting much time on radio and TV explaining to Ghanaians? You know why I'm in NDC for intimacy. The Chief Justice has been removed. There is no need for you to entertain her. Oh yes. Or there are some courts. Yes, there are some that were court. I can't answer. So why are we trying to talk about matters before the court of law? I'm just simply telling the NDC to be focused. Yes. Remain focused. Because most of some are do, and that's what she want. That's what she want. Or why not they are saying about so now you see the behavior of Gertrude Tokonoe. A typical behavior of a prostitute. Yes. Prostitute wa agree on a payment terms and conditions. No. Oria usika na wochenwa. Inse so be pacha no. No di nenim guase akono. No oyedede. That is how the Chief Justice is. She's behaving. She's behaving like a prostitute. And prostitute be no pedede. And that is what the Chief Justice she is doing. Because clearly, the laws of the land, the Constitution, Article 146, you first remove a Chief Justice. In UK, you were saying you first remove a judge, a Chief Justice. Here in the United Kingdom, the same way applies to United States of America. By virtue, say we are Chief Justice does not mean say you are above any laws of the country. You're also a Ghanaian. Now, the conversation, you say, oh, she is a Chief Justice and she has no knowledge about what a year, so or the baby to kwanya, a tiamera. My goodness, when I listen to fools talk like this, then I just ask myself, we have a long way to go. When I listen to MPP phobia, Omukotina radio, so trying to justify the get rude tokunu, then I'm asking myself, why is the NDC falling to this? A year friend is a trap of the MPP. Anyone who prostitute Chief Justice, who is acting as a prostitute, because the away, nyansa bend the woman, the away, nyansa bend the woman. What does the law say? Men fawo busuani in two kwine. Or so no, because she is above the law, what in a busuani to kwine. Yachiwa. was immediate na me nim say wo de mabusuani to kwan a etiamera. And she is a judge. Not just any other judge, but a chief justice of the land. Now, let's make this easy for Obia and now Obia Sebio. Why do you know from Crown? Wait me at Tiasi. Any me a Ebia officer. Ewo Ghana Armed Forces. Na Ghana Armed Forces Mrane say. And I'm saying your officer anti. Yewo enie me bi ebetimi di aboa me amama ye madwuma. Including say you'll be allowed to go on a year holidays. Name holidays now ubeko no. Ya kira wo kwan ya say wo fa so abeko holidays because e be yusu a year soldier fosika na e dey ama. Na me suma jepene. Na emra na eda wo ese me fa so. Me se enam se aba be ye me. A year commandant ewo Ghana Armed Forces intino de me pe na me respect him. Do you think that the Ghana Armed Forces would take lightly me disrespecting their laws? It is a question of me, bisa. Now you a whole chief justice. I will name Emera. Catch her and say people are defending. Say she was ignorant. Now, since when did ignorant became an excuse of the law? I'm asking this simple question. Since when ignorant about the excuse of the law? If ignorance is an excuse of the law, yeah, and because they were also ignorant of the law. And Obibia or Tom Rabiano, Yembia Gates number abonti because all of them were ignorant, especially Omukradi Omanko Law School, no about a judge. Omunko Law School that. And somebody who ought to know better and act right by the highest standards of the land. And this answer, then you people go on radio and TV and entertaining her as if say we don't have other things to do. Allow the lady to go down the drain with his shame. When him ferry, I think it's only ferry or no. Ferry ni so. She is confused. And you see, Emir Sosonko forced to say, first she took the matter to a friend is saying Supreme Court to Bonasem Guye, or Ria, what they are 7 call a friend is saying, a year ECOWAS court, a pendewa, or Ria, or they are 70 by UK, a syncophobia from British D&D Bar Association, commoners, people who are just lawyers, common lawyers, and barristers, on my form of association, trying to dictate to we, a sovereign nation, a country like Ghana. God damn it. Then you hear the Ghana Choba Association, led by a year friend is saying, Joe Gatte's wife, who was given a year appointment in 2017 under a Kufuado. Sometimes I ask myself, is it say NDC no? NDC for no? Is it say Shona Musho MPP for na? Mintumasi Chale bebe, what bebe, we are here to reset Ghana. Not to entertain this kind of nonsense from this so-called Chief Justice. She's been removed. Mokotina radio no so, na mutina TV no so. Let Ghanaians know that we have an acting Chief Justice. Gertrude is no more a Chief Justice. She's long gone. She's not coming back. She will never come back. Let's move on. Mr. President, Yenintemna swear in the acting Chief Justice. Yenintemna swear in the acting Chief Justice. Let's move on. You should not allow the MPP to dictate for us where we want to go. They had 8 good years. My people had 8 years and they destroyed Ghana. So why are we going to take advice from them? 8 years. If they had any good advice, Ghana would have moved from a year friend is saying, this a year shame. Let's not entertain them. Governance, no, and your decision be an take care by your biado. Especially when somebody are disrespecting the law, and she's trying to act as if she is smart. Some conform me. I know me. People who have, and they still want to act smart. If you have that smartness, you would have used that smartness to push yet the justices of Ghana to that apex. I will be about respecting. You don't respect yourself. The Chief Justice unrespecting no. Sanko bunne no respecting no. And kawan fan ma entu kwan when the laws are against it. Unrespecting no. And that shows how Akufo-Addo was operating. To them, they are the exception. We should allow them to do any nonsensical thing so that they can go scot-free. And this entertaining MPP, NDC for today, you see NDC ministers, CEOs on MPP platforms, radio station, you see them. What is wrong with you, these so-called appointees? What is wrong with your mind, your brains? Look, I think so. I don't sometimes. See, if MPP were power, they don't entertain NDC foolishness. MPP were power, they don't even. What can you say? MDC, they will not even listen to you. MPP were power. You think they listen to you people? No. When I'm more power, you want to show say, I don't know if it's a low self-esteem. It's like they have branded the MPP as academicians, the middle class political party, the people who are more educated. Yes, I've shown send this if I'm stage MPP for it to about Chief Justice. They also want to justify, say, oh, shame on you guys. Who call any station nobody Chief Justice Assembly to us say. What is this new stating? If the matter is at court, let's respect the court and let's move on. Period. Don't entertain these people. Let them not set the agenda for you people. MPP set the agenda, and you are falling in the agenda. Me, as far as I'm concerned, the Chief Justice is only acting like a prostitute. And I've explained. Prostitute now, what in the court? Now ko hwini wie na utua ne sika ma ne wie a na owia wo sika na wo koka o se metietem because onimsa person respect wo it obeye dede. And that's what the Chief Justice is doing. Why ya de tiamra na ya koka ne ache oni apamo a o se bi de mente ase memfa wo bantu kwan at the expense of the taxpayers' money. You see, why yeah, enya de bi eye tu eye friend is saying enya de a sebio esombu ntino yenjai ma nenko wajimi ana a judge, a Chief Justice, a tiamera. Here in UK, Deputy Prime Minister, onwani fie onwani japade upon advisor ye de man wa otua mortgage sika taxes on the mortgage onwani fie underpayment of £50,000. Why resign? Not a whole Chief Justice. Onumpo na esen ko di ne huni. Na nka won mo Chief Justice ni sua free ne wo. Onu so a on di ne huni. And there was so akosi president say ya pamo no say or Chief Justice still no ano she can still operate as a judge. The headmaster na yi na di no. Headmaster na person about the same school ho be kira de. Sa no work. Headmaster na ya sacking no. Headmaster na want to tune your meyi. Inti ya sacking no. Headmaster na say ene de wo ko no asaba ba ye people teacher with the same school. This mama we work asa. Muhunu ne say she is talking for maybe mental illness. Perhaps. I said niko psychiatric home. Ko assessing the brain. Because they thinking no nye juma. Say pamo headmaster every school. And then a headmaster never say, okay, ya pamo me as a headmaster, but she said, me ba say me ba be a teacher, me ba be trade. School name peunti ya pamo. Ghana mpewu ya pamo. So go and see no more. Nanke wo kro papa biswa. And then Marani Yadma, this lady self should go to I think go prison. I think by now, Attorney General, I think go file a friend is saying, a friend is saying, a case against the Chief Justice, causing financial loss to the state, stealing from the coffers of the nation. Can you imagine that amount of money? We are talking about thousands of dollars. Ghana ni akwada ko wia a yakoko, yes, won ko them 2 good years. News are a down no. Ghana ni akwada onimra onkomra school da I am Ghana cranshare no da entia hemane da e wa brabom no okowi akoko yeso onko da prison 2 good years if nation ye kru papa and by now the attorney general no and kanya enya attorney general or ya attorney general papa bia odwene Ghana ho aye akurutinga ayenia mon kan kire papa no odwene Ghana ho anka by now or the obe prepare a case against the former Chief Justice, causing financial loss to the state. It's taxpayers' money. Kaya yesika, mobrohuni sika, and what in a batna play, when you cannot play, ako holidays, and we are entertaining her. Yeah, but not radio, so but not TV, so then the MPP and the NDC phone, but now no more got Sempa radio, no more Bob Thai B now, fail wanted to Obi, oh my, assembly here. The way I am the Chief Justice, you know, no more but church, one and young church. What are you explaining when the president has already, the constitution has allowed the president to remove her? What is there to explain? Allow the MPP to do their propaganda. Don't fall for it. Period. So we see president, high court or president, one of the judges, or sorry, one of the lawyers. The attorney general is there. Obe facing no. Period. Now, Fanny, a best so. One, I'm saying some court and come once. And Jaden, I'm got radios now for the Chief Justice with you. Now, somebody will court so still like they be a more come once. When you Jimmy for, when you quasi for. The be a mere Muslim Nyansa so much Jimmy. Some will catch one more manco school, he say, and some will court and come once. Yes, I'm a mocha. We do no more manco school, no. Because mommy, I'm a boy for. Omo be a fonti. We do no one a woman. And it's not a memoon to me when I know. Because I go school, nibi. What you say? And these are the things you have to understand. And these are the things you guys as a musiana muhu. Bet me a boa. I mean, what chrono causing financial loss to the state. Fanny court and chin continue young fanny co jail, no condemn. Then tomorrow, no. No know how the case is for a man of that prison, no. Mammy will crack cases are wedding. I see a shame. I see a shame the cases in. Go cry in the park. Nameka Cham says she is acting like a prostitute. Ya rine wie triesi kamano. No we wie ni patrono customer nisika. No wie ye customer ne koka. Oh ye didi. That's how she is behaving. I dream phone and okra. And then the law is the law, no. The law is no more the law. Huh? Is the law no more the law? Is she above the law? And these are things that and you say you're entertaining. And you say so. It's a moon would you know.
Has filed an application for judicial review at the High Court challenging the legality of a removal from office as a Supreme Court judge by President John Mahama. In a motion filed through counsel, Justice Tokono is seeking several declarations, including that the president acted outside the powers of the 1992 Constitution when he issued a removal warrant on September 1st, 2025. The warrant stripped her of both the office of the Chief Justice and her position as a Justice of the Superior Court of Ghana. Now, she Now, she argues that the procedures set out under Article 146 of the Constitution, which requires an inquiry by a properly constituted body before the removal of a Supreme Court judge, was not followed. Among her reliefs, Justice Tokono is asking the High Court to, one, declare that the President has no authority to remove a justice of the Superior Court without following the constitutionally prescribed process. Also, she's seeking to affirm that jurisdiction,
according to her, the president has no authority to remove a chief justice. The president, no, she's acting in accordance with the law. In this Obano Bekachre and say, President Nisa to me, no, Esa Mubusane say, Mami we. Sebiu. What you say? Ebiana bibi hano. And that is the thing I have to tell you. What you say? So you see, ladies and gentlemen, we should not entertain this at all. And yes, you entertain. What am I saying? I'm here entertaining this answer.
to hear any removal petition against a Supreme Court judge lies solely with a body established under Article 1464, and also declared the President's warrant of removal as unlawful, null, void, and of no effect.
So clearly, you forget the Chief Justice. Now you move on to my next topic. Some of them, most of my family. You say, Obi say the Ernest Obey was say was say, do you live in a world of fantasy? Live in the world of your mother and your father. Why? Fanessa. Yes, that world of your mother and your mother and your father. That is the world I'm living in now. Oh boy, the other conversation, no, and to us. Now, me busa the Attorney General say Ken Ofori-Atta way. The Bernard never because you're trying Ken Ofori-Atta, and yet Togolese ni Nigerians and you're trying one more Ghana. You're trying Ken Ofori-Atta. It is senya you take Ghana FBI for betin befa Ghana for enkora almost say omoide omaye internet fraud and answer money laundry between ya for omokono aye ma omo kwan omo fa omo koye no na esenka Attorney General no ni the American government and negotiating so wo befa ba ko a no also the media so aye abreme wa boa de me so me de abreme it Attorney General yensu ebusa say yensu ebusa say da ben ana wo de Ken Ofori-Atta beba Ghana no be face emra no because wa ye nyamransem etia wo man Ghana ama Ghana for enkokora for mako 800 ewu Kama Pharmaceuticals asema wakai Dr. Ado wasini nuanom ewu because of the banking cleanup exercise, because of the DDEP domestic debt exchange program enkofo mako 800 oka ho 801 ene wuye ebi mo tete wheelchair mu ebi mo adane ayarefo ebi mo stroke e mo de dadem because of a kwan ya Ken Ofori-Atta de o my Ghana fast causing financial loss to the state. SMB in soon 7 the hobby bree. Attorney General Dr. Akuritinga Ayeni Ghana for share wenim said by now dear you could ra October mono yet it is for no co prison. What you say sapepepe. Now maybe sa question we no yam call a friend is saying amount for nam na o mokeka Galamsey fight declare state of emergency. MPP for no declare state of emergency. Almost set the agenda no through Joy FM and Asempa Radio. I know them. Almost set the agenda no. Na ejabeti and a Galamsey fight no. A binding your own she. Intini ama imani. Na woman is Samson. A friend is saying ayenimo. A friend is saying Franklin Kujo no better Joy FM so no more cabro for tan bi no more me omoto. No more Cambrofu and the president in your Womoboa. And you're not correct. Womo Yemwan Kaba Womian the winnie here. What you say? Omiyema Kaba Womian a winnie here. But Ghana Fonswa, Omania Alatafo, no money Munyansa, Unko to Abama, John Dramani Mahama to solve the problem. Illegal mining. Now, and Niema Bebre, Anna the Minister of Lands and Natural Resources, Emmanuel Amakofi Bua, why? Niema Bebre. Now you see, Adianwa, the fight on Galamsey, no? Niema MPP for starting so we move to Galamsey, no more sensors, MPP ba by from 2017. Omoma a small scale miners and for no mukra a year certificate on my mining in an eka se form certificate in Guo, a binding by Yanshimu, and you may be catching you. Omati woman in a more home concession, our binding call for no the year Juma rim. It's a kufuado nedia, almost say Ghana for one sasepa. Galamsey. The fight on Galamsey, no NPP and Quentia Galamsey. The president said he will be a president putting his job on the line. He ended up being the captain of Galamseyers. And Yamina Mikai, Alistair Matthias, ebe catch Ghana for through Al Jazeera. Ombe tobe, pa. And Alistair Matthias, asema okanwa Al Jazeera, no, Al Jazeera for retracting no issue apology. Besin there. Chow PBM free Al Jazeera home by. What does that? What it tells you, say, na at the dankwa kufuado as someone Alistair Matthias kafano no cre. He was neck deep into the Galamsey. Ono na Galamsey. The Galamsey won some there. Minia. Odimu akotene pa. Serious one. Seriously. Enye bibi ketwa. So Emayenye say Baba say, oh, the fight on Galamsey no easy to fight. Of course, there were some utterances here. The current government in Kofobi near say they went too far. We say Sam George Mo, we say Womwankasa president. The fight on Galamsey, NDC manifesto, we will fight Galamsey in 120 days. This is where the president can come out and tell Ghanaians, say, you can't stand some way, but looking at what is going on, no, fight, no, dinning. It didn't mean you see 120 days to fight it. We are sorry, but we are fighting it. I think Ghanaians will prefer to listen to a President John Mahama say, but this science somebody to them because no, or cannot correct. What you must say. Now, Yembran Shishaya, a year Galamsey, your friend is say, Amakofi Bua or the Atuja, but before I bekoso, yen shesa adewe, just to show you a picture, a way a Galamsey site, and a say Galamsey fight, Naimos storm aye Achima Mponua forest, seize excavators in massive crackdown. Eti ye ken, or see all key Galamsey hotspots are being hit by Naimos. Several arrests have been made, mining equipment seized and others destroyed. This is a clear testament on the NDC Mahama government commitment to the fight against the illegal mining menace. Despite the teething challenges, significant progress is being made. We Sami Jemfi and a date same way ebetu ega. And indeed, clearly, the government of today fight Galamsey. Now, yetiha and Joy FM. Edi video bi babonti. Ano mo kyerɛ Aberwa forest. Mo si forest bi. Na nkɔfo ana mo forest wa 8 years under a Kufuado and MPP. No mo shame rima wo mo ye Galamsey almost 10,000. Ghana e kuru no ayetim no. Ye nyankofo mo ko share forest eboabo mo ho mako 10,000 ana mo ye Galamsey. A Kufuado. So ordinary job. He will put his job on the line. When Timmy through the national security and Timmy and signal say nkofo bi hyenwure mu say yensu. The Ghana Armed Forces and the police service and so Timmy and Babontene until say John Dramani Mahama ba ya omokoye raid wo wa omo pam nkofo from the forest. So clearly omo yebi, is it the best? Perhaps and yen do the best. But so we catch will say, yen declare state of emergency na ya woboa. They know the reason why they are calling for a state of emergency. Omunim di intra. You see, who declare state of emergency? They watch and say activities biya enkoso. It was some persona. You declare state of emergency. Now, who declare state of emergency? You still have to put in the measures to fight the Galamsey. And that's exactly what the president the measures not to acquire blue water guards. A Ghana, a police service, and then the navy, and Oma Kambom, and Omonam Yensio Swa, fighting Galamseyers. Shamfine baby, Oma Shishino, excavators, and they Oma Trake excavators. I say you're coming together to help this government to fight the Galamsey. Because under 8 years of MPP, there was virtually no serious attempt to fight Galamsey. Because it was their main political parties, leaders, and Galamsey. And the Kufuado, so the Dikra Bemu, and I earlier on, we catch up about Alistair Matthias through Al Jazeera and mentioned the Kufuado's name as the El Capitano of Galamseyers. No, what Jinisika or Jinikat. Dumre bi Kufuado makra no mo ye concession wo nwure mu a omo forest omo saying wura no e saying issue. It has been done. Akoso ache. Afei na abanya wa be wo bo ne homodene. Se obede obe fight. Maybe mama me solution how we can fight this Galamsey. And then say the solution bi a me maye no. Aban ba ye no afei ana wo matie me solution bi because earlier on me can say to fight this menace no and my police ni soldier for go fight no more back to the barracks. They should live and they should stay in the communities. That is what I said. It took the president about 8 months to understand my position. In my position, they say the Galamsey no in Ghana for the one Galamsey. Yes, let me tell you. The Padudwana Galamsey or Ghana, majority of these people are foreigners. Yes. Galamsey. Foreigners. And that is the gospel truth. But cannot Niger for whom, Nigerians whom, Burkinabes whom, Malians whom. And to be French and grand friend. Come on to Tapel, let me say, so if we are going to fight the Galamsey, it's a nationalistic approach. I see a use of intelligence. The security must be up on top of their game to fight the Galamsey. Irrespective of whether you are NDC member or you are MPP member, the law must deal with you. Hardly. Because you cannot open. And the effect on our nation, effect greater than the amount of money I open. Open si can you say yes you. There's no sense in it. Water, they say, is life. 70% of the human body is made up of water. It is so we are NDC, we are MPP. Now, so Dogan and Kwande, we should not allow you to destroy our water bodies. Now, you see, I keep saying this. The person who should come and speak to Ghanaians, the DA said of a British Empire, Knight of British Empire, Sir Sam Jonah. Years ago, or to President John Rawlings Efo, ayana eye efutuo bone. Eno na di abedu sam pempenso we. Efutuo ben ana Sir Sam Jonah e de ma Jerry John Rawlings. Ghana na de eye underground mining, deep mining. There was nothing like surface mining ever the entire Ghana. The name was underground mining. Deep mining. You go into the deep ground to search for gold. This is a sika na uni Acadian untimi venture into mining in Ghana. And that time, no, our water bodies were clear. The water bodies were clean. You could go to villages and fetch water with a leaf and then drink it. Until Sam Jonah advised wrongfully Jerry John Rawlings that we should venture into what we call surface mining or alluvial mining. Surface mining. Emperor process leni ibenya gold because oh my Ghana no bebia gold war. All the 16 regions gold war bebia. Focus no. They be a focus Ashanti, Western and Central. Ghana crooning including Greater Accra. There's gold. Yes. My dad was a miner. So I know what I'm talking about. And not just any staff. A senior staff. So I know the map of Ghana may be a gold nation. In quantities. Western region, Ashanti region, Central region. Yes. But there's gold in Greater Accra. Volta region. Throughout to those Oti region. Gold will be here. Mobi nada. But you see, when Sam Jonah allowed that law, one church Anthony Boase and educated the Ghanaian. The Ghana ni bia sorry anopa. No akwaje license to operate. Meanwhile, oni akade no, into die no obeye, no akope a foreign investor. Meanwhile, under the laws of our nation, small scale mining no, yemfa ma foreigners. Unless you partner with a foreign company, the foreign company must prove that over $1 million. And Sunday I'm not be mining. No. And there's no way I will say China need be two amena. China need a wo two amena. No. Or ye legally so obey two amena actually gold. And you're against the constitution, against the laws of our country. But because Ghana phone in no. Now you see, it started. Galamsey no, it started 2006, about 2008, can 2008. Emra kufo ye kwakobo can 2008. Ye see basic stadiums to help us with the year hosting of a year the African football a year Cup of Nations. No, into Chinese companies and almost yes almost see a stadium. Amaye. Omu yusu eye equipment which is say eye sa Galamsey eye machines yi. A friend excavators. Emu bebre ni wie ye contractors ni wie ye no. Excavators no. The local miners no no omu work eye certificate to mine eye the surface mining no. Bebre no ano ene eye the Chinese for no. Ebefa anyonkofa business anyonkofa no mo shase so omo toto omo fidie enam so omo ni sika omo de beto afidie ni nti omo ye ne omo de be ya adwuma no omo nya sika no a omo tibi de ama China for. Now the Chinese people being smart realize say there is more money a year site omo. They also ventured into it. And when you started seeing the likes of the Wuntimis and other people, they were engaging themselves into the Galamsey mining. It was because there was a law. A Ghana ni kwang to go into a year surface mining. Into for mining, which is say there were baby any mines are a shasian, a Sam Jonah mo. With my papa, and it's some a year AGC of a year senior staff. Omo didn't can't share the a year mine I see our baby. Omo free woman to be called Tanzania. Omo free Tanzania, omo to be called Zimbabwe. Omo free Zimbabwe, omo to be called a year South Africa. I'm trying to let you understand. When it comes to mining, I understand mining because juma me papa ni nuanu mu nyina no moye omo free Air Force any Ghana ambi no bebrenoa ended up becoming officers Anglo Gold Ashanti. I was born Obuasi, raised Obuasi. Now let me tell you this, Obi bia or my classmate will bear witness. Wasma me beke. E dumrebi ye ko school na the Galamseyers episode obechi ye see ye minus ne mano. Yes. Oh yes. Unim the entry on bechi. Because Anglo Gold Ashanti was not allowing the Galamsey to go on. E wo be bia e ye omonsase. It ye ko school to the bia. They have to call in the southern, the central command. The fresh soldier for free Kumasi. No matter soldiers say what obuase to protect us. And your school, our Anglo Gold Ashanti. And now Ashanti Goldfields Corporation. Yes, Ashanti Goldfields Corporation, because it was entirely a year friend is saying a year Ghanaian. And then there were foreign investors. Dina say around about 30% or something percentage like that. Because when a year to a champion, all free swano, or no J Anglo Gold Ashanti no every the long months more because they were not operating entirely a year about 80 to 90%. I don't know Mama Ghana for 10%. When to a champion came, I don't know 50%. It where a year abrofono len claim webusiafo no fat 50%. Na yenso emfaso 50% nienya until a year the likes of Jerry John Rawlings will be taking over and the shares no so tey. It was all because of bad advice from Sam Jonah. And he knows. I've told you how Sam Jonah wanted to support Ejuma Meye and Mikasem be a tia na anya de and he stopped. The person now make frame or frame me so no boa me boa. So the Sam Jonah seen your videos, he wants to support your work. And you find out, tell me, I went hard on him on this Galamsey thing. And then, actually, he being hard on me being hard on him, you know, he came out to apologize. What kind of several, after me videos, he came out to say, so sorry, because we're misleading the nation. That is why we are seeing all these things. Senkamrana ma, and Kobe no Bitimaka said, kwa mine, because in the first place, it was against the nation. Now, yet, ne tiamera. When Sam Jonah gave that advice, it's Galamsey any day. Eh? May catch Ghana for Muntiemi. Look, boys now my ready no. I'm going to say rebels our Galamsey areas. Boys no, I'm going to say rebels. Yes. I'm going to kidnap it. When we were going to school, yeah, what school near Susano? So many AGC for nya asema they want to kidnap yenya AGC for mano. On be some kidnap yen kwara. I'm telling you these are late 80s, ever 90s so. We are in 2025. I'm telling you something in the late 80s and the early 90s. Me ko suku. Sana na mihuno. So Asamba they come and they will fight. The Galamseyers will come in their numbers, some from Kumasi, some from other places. They will come and fight. It was not easy. PTP, Brahabobume, Tutuka, those places in Obuasi. It wasn't easy. Even then, when Jerry John Rawlings was a head of state, he was using the armed forces to fight these people. It may be abeduno. And your rebels are now forming a cabal. Yes. A diagram kidnapping best at Yabim. I'm not joking. Because I've seen it before. It's a little boy. Take classroom. They are closing all the windows. Now, but pipe outside. Police versus teachers, no, and they didn't kind because most your teachers need no more so military background. Maybe co school, no teachers need no. Now you need say okay, we papa no, we papa son or your military officer, we papa son or your police officer. Yes. It is a chassis pass or mobile so I was school. And yeah, good deal. They come with all their machetes. They come with stones. Mikakwakosi said the fight on Galamsey, no. So you use intelligence and the Ghana forces, the police, the chiefs, the people, the locals. We will not win the fight on Galamsey because Mali for Eshim, Burkina Faso for shim, Nigerians shim, Nigerians for shim. They are not afraid to die. That is the reason why I risky. The commanding site you see Chinese in Ghana from Kwadawo, Malians in Ghana from Mawo. Go to the mining communities. And that is why today, advice I me ma bayano. Afe no mo says advice I me ma advice I me ma Afe no mo say asempa nyansasem. Nti abayane say okwakoye masem no. Ma me hwehwe asem na me efutuo na me de ma omo no. Afe na abayane hunu say okay ene say okono okoye. Efutuo no efutuo bay. Me catch abayane say they should station the armed forces in the Galamsey site. And today, look, 7 months after my footwork, I feel now buyingaba. And I keep telling you people, say, we have a security background. I just don't talk. Say, government to station soldiers permanently in 44 Galamsey hotspots. Kwachi Ofosu. And this has him with a Mu station we are. It should not end there. Train the locals. Give them skills. Use the Ghana Armed Forces to give skills. Train them with skills. Is it carpentry? Is it masonry? Is it whatever? Tiling? Is it roofing or whatever? Number two. Munyusu a friend is saying, the actors and actresses, Jackie Apia Monet, Munyusu omu to do a educational short skit on the dangers our mining, because more Kasa you are fighting Galamsey. We have not seen any illustrations on national TV. You Ghana phone illustration, so you are saying you are fighting Galamsey, but you are leaving the people behind. Where are the illustrations? Where are the videos? The adverts? I bought in Kaye. Echrom se Galamsey nye emiyen konko ye bi na okoya ube say nsuo na wo say nsuo no a e de say ni na beba o man no or how say ni o man e we hemfa mun kan ye mun kire ye. So how are you fighting the Galamsey, Mr. Minister? Another American oni me nya adwene. You see, when parents start seeing illustrations they bear koye Galamsey obetuni fo se kwabana menko na wo kwakoye the how nebeba a canon so ba mean to be found hospital. And today go and check a kolebu. See in cases eba kolebu ni na referral cases a free western region, a free central region, eba kolebu ni na has to do with kidney problems, liver issues, because they are using mercury and cyanide. Mercury and cyanide no a saini padiano a dangerous. Uba Ghana, the cassava already is made up of cyanide womb. So we are having issues already. So I think it says a government, But so fight here. Listen to me. Because these Galamseyers, don't joke with them. Omadane rebels. And yeah, good. Rebels pa. Sophisticated weapons now. Some of them are from Somalia. War-torn zone, one in the Gambia, or Ghana, a peaceful nation. When I met me, I made the D. So we should treat this Galamsey issue, And yeah, good day. We're not with soft, friends saying, palms. I see a treating with all seriousness to fight the Galamsey. Now you see, when we were growing up, now you're having issues with Galamseyers. Constantly we had armed military officers, especially Galamsey areas. We had officers to the extent to say, we had security companies coming from United Kingdom. Security company they be Ghana. They're from Group 4, from UK. UK now we hear Group 4. Say company Ghana in the 80s. And mobile. How I know them? Because now, me wo faba could be with Phoebe and no renting the Diane the Ama. Boss. We have to understand this. Now, you see, my solution is simple. One, through education. Schools say what Ghana, especially the mining communities, I say educate you all. The dangers are good. Two, I say you see the actors, the actresses, in your movie, illustration, through illustration, now spread it. Three, the Ghana Armed Forces are stationed on what this a friend is saying permanently in this hotspots Galamsey areas no. And yes, so mo keke. Yes, sama womo be a workshop or metimati Ghana phone kwadani mebunu ni mabawa no. And no, directly and indirectly no. The woman monsano juma metimai bibi omonsano bede omonsabe call man. Because the government is afraid. It says, "Oh man, kwanko Galamsey, daily bread way." This is where we fight. They know a contingency plan, and so I can home. It will fight. Now the tent a basic kronim war markets a year centers. No, kochoro wudin waha o pejuma kochoro wudin. A binary so pe a year one by year friend is saying water guard. Munko employ the people. Our communities wa. Based on political parties, say party anyway. No. Employ them. It's about time. So, oh my Ghana, the colonial time white collar job. We should start educating our people on the importance and usages of gold. Baba Rufai, G4 Security is a very big security company in Ghana. Yeah, they came in the 80s. 80s or 90s, yeah. And you have no more say. What if said D sexy there? Not D ren there. We no more say ma news be abasisia. News be abasisia. Na news ne mu dead. What do you say? Ladies and gentlemen, we feel it na me yadam. Because what kind of natural Ghana with no fear or favor. Make no cranty. And I'm out for a feeling me. Now you see, ladies and gentlemen, I'm from Monsia. Yame aduma da fofro. Di sexy. Di red. Ibe se eshia. Aban we ya wateso. Mebua na no pa wiane anajo. No one succeed. Anything that you are doing, make sure you do it well. What you say? Say na no matter say you ya eye with the Maya when your diplomatic passport. What tintin tiny so. Now I nya dia beboa o mino, I'm on minor tumpoa. The nation will not recognize you. NDC recognize hard work, irrespective of whether you voted for them or not. They recognize. Think about solution to solve the nation Ghana. As for the MPP, until they change their minds, meneme, koname, sanuchioi. Assalamu alaikum. Peace.